Backer spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback, and that philosophy works for them very well.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Check, nickel.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Undercross, X3, 218, chopper.
Now it's Hines. That one 28 yards on the ground.
All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, you've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll try the left side. Akers, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rip left. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 6-6, pull it high. Right, check, 59. Rip right. 2.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nicole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, kill.
Now Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check your hot read. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Watch the eye. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Prescott from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing.
Set 90 Wolf 5. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Yes. Mike is 59.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, 4 down.
Here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, 47. 45. Mike, 45. We're going to 54. Right here. Check 13.
Prescott. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
80 weapon. Shift. Check. Lucky. Snap.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
We just saw another nice game there. How about some kudos for the offensive line, being able to carve some space in the interior all game long and let the big guy rumble.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Focus, defense, focus.
This is Hines. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
General West. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Fine.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss.
Here we go. 15 line. Check. Recon. 132 fighter. Hot.
7-7, our score after 1.
Score time, 7-7.
60 Pittsburgh.
54, Mike, 54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
54, Mike.
To throw on second down. Costello taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey!
Operating from the gun, Costello. He's got his man, that's Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. And now a carry here for their fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
The Cowboys' 43-yard line.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Silver. Shoot.
Topper. Get it.
On second down now, Akers, and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
25-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
In your face. Switch.
Look at me. Zipper. Ready?
Here's Hines.
Let's go. You tighten up.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Naeem Hines with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here we go.
Check, 45, come on. Hey, defense, let's go.
Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Going to 53. Go, get out there.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Kill.
Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
31. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cowboys.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott going down the middle, and it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 13 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They run with Hines. And another run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You better be afraid. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 55 is Mike, guys. 55. Ready? Mike, 55. Go.
Looking to throw. Costello taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Nicole Hardman with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now McManus for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Kill. At 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Going right side here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them. And they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
I got Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, I'm coming.
A first down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big-time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Let's go one more. Go. They've
gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Double. Hey, Greystone, travel. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check. Hey, Haywood. Go. Here we go.
2nd and 6. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Nice, sweetheart. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Nah. 54. Watch 54. Exit.
From the gun, Costello. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's a nice game by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
The pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Ready, set. 59. Mike's 59. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Hit it.
On 2nd down, Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 8 read.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Shift.
Get it.
On the give, this is their fullback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Let's go. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
No game on this defense, no game.
Shoot.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
6-6, pull it high. Ready.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Prescott looks to throw on first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check 9, check 9.
Kill.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2nd down and goal. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's got daylight. The 40, 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
This defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go, set, 60 Pittsburgh. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Quick the edge. Go. Blue draw Corpus. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Push him back.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Set, ready, 70, Indy. 80 weapon. Tighten up. Now.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st down.
Set up.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Big grip.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Trying to collect.
Watch twins.
General West. Hey, Foxtrot. 5.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Ready.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal.
And McManus able to put it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott, space to maneuver at the 40. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's home. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Ready. 10-2, sir.
59. Watch QB draw. Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy one year down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Kill.
To throw is Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. For Kittle here, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
One last shot now for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Atlanta, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.